Hello, friends. First, I'd like to apologize for not being able to create videos for the past 15 days. I've been tied up with other activities. However, I'm back today, and I'm excited to share a new video with you. Today's topic is quite intriguing and relevant. That is the absurdity of the notice period policy. Cause, effect, and solutions. Let's explore the challenges and contradictions surrounding this policy and its impact on job seekers. All right, let's dive into the video. The absurdity of notice periods, why candidates suffer and how to fix it. Navigating the modern job market can be a frustrating experience, especially when dealing with the inconsistency between company notice period policies and hiring timelines. Many organizations impose a 2-month or longer notice period after resignation, but when a candidate is actively seeking new opportunities, potential employers demand an almost immediate joining. This contradiction often puts candidates in an impossible situation, with pressure coming from both sides. Even more absurdly, if a candidate has already resigned and informs a prospective employer that they are serving their notice period, they are often questioned about why they resigned before securing another job. This leaves candidates stuck in a catch-22, making the policy not just inconvenient, but downright irrational. The cause: why companies impose long notice periods. To understand the root of this problem, we need to examine the reasoning behind why companies impose long notice periods in the first place. From an employer's perspective, this policy is designed to safeguard the organization's interests during an employee's departure, ensuring business continuity. Companies worry about the disruption caused by a sudden resignation, especially if the departing employee holds a key role. A long notice period provides time for a smooth knowledge transfer to ensure that business operations continue without major hiccups. Time to hire a replacement. Finding the right candidate to fill a vacant position takes time. From writing job descriptions to conducting interviews and onboarding the new employee, the process can be lengthy. The notice period allows companies to complete this process without feeling rushed. Project transitions. Employees often work on ongoing projects that can't be abandoned midway. A 2-month notice period allows them to either complete these projects or ensure that they are properly transitioned to another team member before leaving. While these reasons might seem justified from a company's perspective, they don't take into account the significant burden they place on employees trying to transition to new roles. The effect: how candidates suffer due to this discrepancy. Caught in a catch-22. The most significant problem with long notice periods is the dilemma they create for employees seeking new opportunities. Candidates are often hesitant to resign from their current job until they have secured another one. However, once they receive an offer, the new employer typically demands an immediate or quick joining, leaving little room for a 2-month notice period. Interviewer questioning after resignation. The situation becomes even more absurd when a candidate has already resigned and is actively serving their notice period. When they inform the interviewer, they are often met with skepticism. Why would you resign before securing another job? This line of questioning adds undue pressure and confusion, as candidates are criticized regardless of their approach. If they wait to resign, they're penalized for the notice period, and if they resign early, they're questioned about job security. Job market pressure. Candidates are forced to juggle these contradictory expectations. On the one hand, they are bound by long notice periods, and on the other, potential employers are often unwilling to wait for more than a few weeks. This discrepancy increases competition for roles and makes the job-seeking process unnecessarily stressful. Financial and emotional strain. The pressure of finding a new role while serving a notice period, or before even resigning, takes a financial and emotional toll on candidates. Constantly negotiating between employers or potentially losing job offers due to extended notice periods makes career transitions needlessly challenging. Limited career growth. These outdated policies often stifle career growth. Candidates may miss out on exciting new opportunities simply because the company that offers the job can't wait for them to serve out their notice period. In essence, the notice period acts as a barrier to progress, penalizing employees for adhering to their current employer's rules. The absurdity of this policy. The core absurdity lies in how the policy treats candidates as if they must somehow win at both ends. Companies impose notice periods to protect themselves, but then fail to recognize that the same rule applies when hiring new employees. This contradiction leaves candidates struggling to navigate both sides without being penalized. Even worse, companies expect candidates to have job security, but simultaneously question why they resigned before securing another position. This leads to a no-win situation. Resigning without another job lined up can hurt a candidate's chances, but not resigning makes them ineligible for roles requiring immediate or near-immediate starts. Employers' refusal to acknowledge this double standard highlights the outdated and unrealistic nature of the current notice period policies. As the job market becomes more competitive and dynamic, it's clear that businesses need to adapt their hiring processes to reflect the realities of modern employment. Practical solutions to fix the problem. To resolve the imbalance and make the job transition process smoother, a range of solutions can be implemented by companies, employees, and the job market as a whole. 1. Employer flexibility during hiring. Understanding the notice period. Reality: hiring companies need to recognize that candidates bound by notice periods cannot always resign immediately. If a candidate is right for the role, employers should be willing to adjust the start date accordingly, rather than rejecting them based on availability. Temporary staffing. To address the immediate need for labor, companies could use temporary staff or freelancers while waiting for their preferred candidate to complete their notice period. This would help maintain business continuity without pressuring the new hire to rush. 2. Reforming notice period policies. Standardized and fair notice periods. Companies should consider capping notice periods at 1 month for most roles. Senior-level positions or critical roles may justify a longer notice period, but a more flexible policy for most employees would better reflect the realities of the job market. Legal and regulatory reforms. Labor laws should ensure that notice periods are equitable for both employees and employers. Governments can introduce reforms to prevent excessively long notice periods, thereby making the job market more fluid and less stressful. 3. Proactive job search strategies. Starting early. Employees should begin searching for new jobs well before they are ready to resign. This provides ample time to negotiate with both current and prospective employers regarding notice periods and start dates. Exit clauses. Employees can negotiate exit clauses when joining a company, which allows them to reduce their notice period if necessary. These clauses can prevent conflicts when transitioning between roles and ensure smoother job shifts. 4. Creating mutually beneficial agreements. Reduced notice period by agreement. Employers could allow employees to leave sooner if their departure doesn't cause significant disruption. If an employee has completed their key tasks and ensured a smooth transition, there's no need to hold them for the entire notice period. Clear transition plans. Employees can offer to create thorough transition plans for their roles, making it easier for current employers to let them leave earlier. This ensures the company's interests are protected while also allowing the employee to move on quickly. 5. Awareness and advocacy. Campaigning for change. Industry groups and professionals should advocate for more flexible notice period policies. Raising awareness about the negative impact of rigid notice periods can encourage companies to modernize their approach. Flexible recruitment practices. Recruitment platforms and HR professionals should push for more realistic expectations from hiring companies, emphasizing the need for flexibility when considering candidates with notice periods. Conclusion. The current notice period policies create unnecessary stress and unfair expectations for employees. By requiring long notice periods and simultaneously demanding quick joining times, companies are imposing an absurd double standard. When combined with the added frustration of being questioned about why a candidate resigned without securing a job, the situation becomes even more difficult for job seekers. A more flexible, modern approach to notice periods, one that accounts for both the candidate's needs and the company's priorities, would alleviate much of this stress. By reforming notice period policies, fostering understanding during the hiring process, and advocating for change, we can create a job market that is fairer, more balanced, and ultimately more humane for everyone involved.